In this video, a woman photographs my backside.
Like this?
I chuck a bit of a strop.
Stop it.
But I do catch the best fish in the sea.
A pouting. Things are on the up. Stop it. Yes, you. I know what you're doing. Laughing at my hat, aren't you? You honest? All right, I admit. A little bit Bill and Ben. But there's a sensible reason why I'm wearing it, and I don't like getting preachy in my videos. But I'm gonna, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna listen. It's the middle of August, the sun is shining, it is roasting hot, and I don't want to ever see anybody out fishing in the sun without a decent hat, water, and suntan lotion. I'm fed up with talking to my customers, coming in and hearing the usual, no, I don't want to bother wearing suntan lotion, all that macho malarkey. Do you know what? Cancer doesn't give two hoots about your machoism. Wear it. Well, sorry about the rant and array. It was a negative way to start a video, but I think you get the point, don't you? I hope you understand. Anyway, here I am. It is the middle of August and I finally got out on the beach. I've done so little beach fishing this summer. Usual excuses, I'm busy, but the weather has been rubbish, isn't it? May and June, I was filling my boots, mulleting. I was out on my mate Jason's boat, loads, chasing all those bass. That was just brilliant. July kicked in, wind and rain, rubbish. But thankfully, it has just dropped. Where are we now? Where are we? August the 16th, literally middle of June. Middle of August, sorry. And the weather is amazing. Downside to living where we do, when the weather's amazing, the beaches are rammed. So I've done the long walk all the way up to the top of Hengistbury Head. And as you can see, kind of got my own bit of beach here. It's just glorious. There's two amazing things about fishing this beach. Firstly, you can fish it in weather like this in the middle of the day and not get bothered by a billion people. But more importantly, this fish here, that's a rarity, right? Daytime fishing at Hengistbury Head can be really good. So what we have out in front of us is reef, sort of kind of light rock and kelp patches and that sort of thing. And on those reefs we have wrasse, we have bream. There's going to be probably a few bass, there's going to be sort of gurnards. You can fish the sandy patches in between the reef and maybe a flatty, that sort of thing. There's all sorts you can fish for up here. So it is worth the walk. It's worth the £947,000 in the car park because it's a beautiful place to be. The reef on days like this is really, really easy to spot. So you don't have to sort of know the area really well. You know, I haven't gone to Pebble 36 next to Clump of Weed 4 on the cliff there. I've walked along and gone, boosh, there's a really big dark patch in the water just there. It's really easy to spot. I've got this beautiful turquoise sea and then these just darker patches of the sea. So kind of like turquoise, dark patch, and then a bit more turquoise, and over there some more dark patch. The dark patch is your reef. Now my plan is I'm going to stick a simple 3-up short snood flapper into the reef. I'm going to risk it in the rocks. Hopefully pick up the sort of the wrasse and the bream, the things that are really in the reef. And on my other rod, my lighter rod, I'm going to use a pop-up rig. For slightly longer snoods, I've gone for 2-up, 1-down rig, 3-foot snoods, little pop-ups, little bits of mackerel, things like that. And I'm going to try and put that just on the edge of the reef, or maybe just on the clean ground in and around the reef and that sort of thing. I'd love to tick off a few summer species today. There's been quite a few bream coming out up here. We had a match up here about 5 weeks ago, and there was some lovely bream caught. So I'd really love to bump into a couple of them today. Hopefully maybe a wrasse or two as well. Lovely day today.
Beautiful day. I'm looking for silhouettes.
Silhouettes?
Silhouettes, so I wondered if you wouldn't mind sort of have your back to me and I can do a silhouette.
Can do. Okay. Sort of like this. was the weirdest thing ever. Lovely lady just comes along, said hello. Hello, it's a lovely day, isn't it? Usual small talk that us British are so good at. She said, oh, I'm looking for silhouettes. So I said, oh, I don't know if I have any on me. And she goes, no, I'd like to take a photograph of you as a silhouette, if that's all right. I'm like, oh, well, being a, internationally famous person like I am, I'm kind of used to that, paparazzi, blah, 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 blah. She was like, yeah, if you wouldn't just mind standing by your rods and facing away from me, that would be great. I was like, I kind of think this is my better side, but apparently not. That's the downside of fishing rocky marks. Oh, there we go. Out she comes. You might lose the odd rig or two. But what's the saying? You've got to be in it to win it. Oh. Look at that. No record breakers, but that is a double shot of fish on my first cast into the reef. Let's have a little look at these fellas, getting back pretty quickly. Now, I'm going to get this tiny one straight back, actually, because they're both the same species. That is tiny. Look at that. So these little fellas are a wrasse species called a corkwing wrasse. How well this is going to look. They are just one of the most stunning things you can catch in the UK. They really are beautiful. They've got reds and blues and greens, all this mottling around the head here. Little telltale sign of a corkwing compared to other species. Right at the base of the wrist of the tail there, there's a little black dot. And if you're really clever, this seam along the gill plate there, there's like a little edge, and that's serrated. On a ballan wrasse, it's smooth, but on the corkwing wrasse, it's a serrated edge. There you go, little corkies. First cast, we're in. Let's have a little look at the rig whilst we're in, shall we? Like I say, very, very simple. It's a 3-up flapper with 1 foot hook links. So by 3-up, I mean all 3 snoods. First one, second one, and third one are all above the lead. And short snoods as well. The reason why I fish this is if I'm fishing a long snood below the lead, then as you're bringing it in, that snood is hanging below the lead and hanging down, potentially snagging reef and rock and weed and stuff on the way in. So just having all your snoods up and a little bit shorter just helps reduce the risk of snagging up and losing gear. Of course, the great big lump of lead on the end can snag in a rock, but you can use bottom bottoms if you like. And certain areas and stuff, I will use a bottom bottom, but I know 9 times out of 10 the sort of reef I'm fishing on here, I can pull out most of the time. But there we go, so 3-up, 1 foot snood. I'm fishing a size 4 wormer. I'll always use a short shank hook like a wormer when I'm fishing for things like wrasse and bream. I've gone for a bit of 040 fluorocarbon, so nothing light and technical here. Nice rough and ready stuff. The rig body is a simple 055 rig body. I've glued beads and stuff. You don't have to be honest. If you're chucking into rough stuff, just any cheap and cheerful rig. You'll notice on this one there's no bling either. If I'm going to be losing a couple of rigs, then that'll keep the price down. Such a cheapskate. Another one of those tiny little beautiful corkies. Thought that was going to be a little bit more energetic then. Probably just another little wrasse. But I'm catching fish. Yeah, there'll be something on there. Let's have a look. When you're fishing over rough ground like this, even if there's heavy weight on like a fish, just try and keep your rod sort of up and just keep winding, keep winding, keep winding. Try and sort of skim it above the reef rather than dragging it through anymore. Oh, it's just popped up on the surface, so it's a little wrasse. Ever so slightly bigger. So this one's a ballan wrasse. Just as beautiful. The amazing thing about wrasse is every one you catch is a different colour. This one you could almost mistake for a cork ring because it's got all sorts of little blue dots and things like that going on. But if I run my finger down that little plate there, that little edge, it's smooth and there's no dot here. So that one's a ballan. Oh, straight away, look at that. Just shoving a dime bar in my mouth. Fish on. Another ballan wrasse. That is the same species as the last one. Different looking fish though, isn't it? Everyone's a different colour. Awesome things. That's one of the real fun things about wrasse fishing, is it can be really fast and frantic action sometimes. So I just caught that first ballan, cast out, put the rod on the rest, and boing, 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 it was going straight away. Tide is flooding now, so I'm just going to have to move up the beach a smidgen. Hopefully now we're on the early bit of the flood, might bump into a bream or two. It's fun catching a wrasse, but I want to say a bream. Well, there we go. That's the problem with the huge tides we have around here. So I've had to move from about here to about here. I mean, you Bristol Channel guys, you got it lucky. You really have. That was an epic move. Might have to lie down. Another little corky. Stunning little things. They are one of the smaller species of wrasse. I mean, these aren't particularly big corkies either, but the ballan is the larger of all of them. So, although these are coming in quite small, they are beautiful. So just take your time, have a look, admire how beautiful some of the fish in the UK waters are. I don't know if this is going to come out very well, but it comes out a bit blurry, doesn't it? But it's just stunning. Another little ballan. My first triple shot of the day. Little cork ring. Another little cork ring. Down the bottom here, and a completely chewed up, messed up rig. A pouting. Things are on the up. Get in. Now I know the humble pouting is like the Lionel Messi of fish top traps. It's what, at the end of the day, we all go fishing for. That holy grail. But I really want to catch it. I'm actually getting slightly annoyed I haven't found a bream yet. This is supposed to be a beautiful summer video of down the beach catching bream in the sun. All I've got is wrasse, 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 out, wrasse. Plenty of fish and I'm enjoying it. Come on, breamy breams. Aha! Very rare brown bream. Definitely not a Ballan wrasse, honest. And another little corky. Loads of these today. Sometimes you come down here and it'll be all Ballans, sometimes it'll be all corkies. I don't know, it's just a busy little session, I'm loving it. The sun is setting on what has been a beautiful afternoon, evening fishing. I've been here for about 3 hours now. What's the time? Nearly 8 o'clock. Yeah, I've been fishing for about 3 hours and it's just been constant. It's been fish after fish after fish. Okay, pretty much all wrasse, apart from the one pouting. But you know what, I've really enjoyed it. I'd love to have caught a couple of bream. I don't know why I haven't, don't know where they are. Like I said, there's been quite a few coming out up here. You're not doing anything wrong, I wouldn't change anything. But that's just fishing for you, isn't it? I'm not going to complain, because I really, really enjoyed it. I might carry on fishing for another, what's the time, 8 o'clock? I might do another hour, just in the last light. Might stick the pop-ups in a little bit closer, see if there's any mackerel and scad starting to show. A little floaty, snotty weed that's still come on the flood tide is just sort of annoying me on the pop-ups a little bit, so I don't know how well they're presenting out there. Whether that's affected the green fishing, shouldn't have done really, I should have picked them up on the wrasse gear, but there we go. Such is life, I've really enjoyed it. It's been lovely to be back out on the beach. It's been lovely to get you guys along as well. I realise it's been a couple of months again since I've done a video. Just life being busy and the weather being rubbish. I'll bring you back if I do catch anything. But in the meantime, next time we see each other, England might be world champions. Come on! Lionesses in the World Cup final. What an amazing game that was this morning. Kind of saying a weird thing to say, isn't it? England in the World Cup final. Oh, exciting. I was just bringing this one in, and this one's just gone a bit doolally on the pop-up. It's, what is it? It's a bream. Oh, I'm so happy. It's not even a very big bream. There we go. A tiny little back bream, but it's a bream. It's officially a summer video. Whoa! Save the best till last. It's just on a tiny bit of mackerel, little pink pop-up, on a 3-foot snood. Let's stop dropping. Oh, for goodness sake, Thomas. Here we go. Ta-da! Let's get it back. Oh, I'm really glad I brought you back. Look at this. Look what I caught now. Go on then. Tell me what that is. Hello. This is a tompot blenny. So it's one of the blenny species. It's a tompot blenny. It's got two little tufty, sort of feathery things on its top of its head. Can you see that? That's a tompot blenny. They're really, really cool little things. This one's being a bit grumpy. Actually, they are grumpy. Yeah, check it out. Tompot blenny. Have a little Google of that. Amazing little things. You know, the sun's gone down now. Take this stupid hat off. Boom, there we go. That's a better one. Lovely pull down bite. Ooh. Professional handling as always. Really wanted to catch a few of these today, but I might do. I've still got probably half an hour or so of light, so blimey, agitated. Yeah, let's get the bait back in the water, see if there's any more about, but happy with that. Right, let's have another go at an outro. This has to be my last cast now, because it is 9:15, and if I don't get back to the car park in time, I'm going to get locked in. They shut the gates off at 10 o'clock, so it's a 20-minute walk back. So by the time I packed up, check my rods, and gone back, I don't want to get locked in. Anyway, so the day has actually been brilliant in the end. I peaked too soon with my previous outro. I was bemoaning the lack of Bream, but I stuck another hour on the end, and I had a couple, one small, one decent one. Very happy with that. I would love more, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Back on the beach, back catching fish. Let's hope we have an Indian summer and we've got another 2 months of this.